putting one of those water globes into the hydrangea. I've got another one, but this one broke, so I need to glue it back together. You know, it's funny how sometimes something seems so obvious to you, once someone else mentions it or it finally occurs to you, but you say to yourself, how did I never think of that? And this is something that happened to me, and it may be helpful to you. Before I tell you about it, let me just show you the the hibiscus. Look, this one, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to have 7 flowers opening today. This one's just going to have a couple. Let's see. Oh, I just love all my little flowers outside. This one, the tree one, had some, I guess it's working on some new ones. Anyway, so, see this watering can? When I got it, of course, it was just, very nice and real pretty. And now it's all grody. And I have to bring it into the apartment in order to fill it up because there's no hose out here. So I've got to go inside and put it in my kitchen sink. And I don't want to put that grody thing in there, Did you hear the birds? I love all the birds. Anyway. So, I found something. See this? Nice, small, it's plastic, clean. Fits right down in my sink. And when I'm done watering, I just bring it back in the house and I keep it in the house. Now, I realize, some people may be saying, what is she telling us? Get a small watering can, keep it in the house. But this is why I'm telling you, very often we will get something much larger than what we need, which is what I did the first time. And, I got one that was kind of cool looking, a little old-timey, made out of metal, with enamel paint on it. And I should have known by the price. Even though it was on sale, it wasn't that great a sale. I should have known that it probably wouldn't last. But I wasn't thinking of that at the time. I was just thinking of, I need a watering can. I should get a, nice big one so I can only have to fill it up once. But then the problem became that because it was big, also because it was metal and it has a lot of rims and, places where the metal is bent in or curled or seamed or stuff like that, that it tended to collect dust and bugs. And then eventually it started to rust and the paint inside started to come off. And it got to the point where, like I said, I didn't want to bring it in the house and put it in my kitchen sink to fill it up. So wasn't sure what to do. And I thought, it would be really nice to have one of those plastic ones with a big, long, graceful spout. And I looked online and I saw this. But in the picture, this looked much bigger than it is, and it looked proportion-wise, the way they took the camera angle was more like this, rather than like that, so that this spout looked bigger and longer and more graceful. I thought, yes, that's closer to what I want. I read how many ounces it held, and I don't know, at the time, I just wasn't thinking straight. I think it holds 144 ounces, and I was, anyway, um, that's neither here nor there at this point in the story. I went ahead and ordered it. I didn't want this color, but this was the only color they had at the time. And oh, it's got a pretty, there, see that? It's like an embossed tree on it. And it was shipped free to my house. And when I opened it up, I thought, oh, this is a very small thing, you know? This is not the big watering can I thought I was getting. But I thought, well, so I'll have to fill it up 2 or 3 times. It's okay. Well, you know what happened? Turned out this was more than enough to thoroughly water all the potted plants that I have out there. Plus, because it's so nice and smooth, and like the bottom there's a seam here, but you know, it's smooth here. It doesn't have like a rim and a raised up bottom and a place for stuff to, you know, get caked on and everything. I realized, hey, I can just water the plants, keep it in the house. What I do is, after I'm done watering, in case I got any water on the bottom, I sit it on top of my trash can, or I lay it down on top of it so it can dry. And then I sit it on my little bench that I have, you know, where I keep shoes and stuff stored. Well, apparently, I seem to keep all kinds of other things stored on there that need to be put away. And then I have some shoes laying around the house that need to go in the little storage area. Yep, you get to see my questionable housekeeping. Anyhow, so, you know, what I'm saying is, if you have an outside area in particular, and you know, you live like I do in an apartment where you're either inside or you're outside. You don't have a fenced in area, you don't have a storage shed, you know. So if you're going to have outside things, you want them to be things that are going to work out well for outside. And if you're going to want to bring them in, you want them to be something that'll work out well, you know, like that plastic watering can that I have rather than the metal one. Yeah, sure, you know, I guess I mean, I could have cleaned off the metal one each time I used it. The thing is, though, it's kind of a little, it's too big, and it just fits in the sink. And it's difficult to, you know, turn it around and clean it off. And anyway, who wants to have to clean off a watering can, you know, after every time you use it? And it, you know, it's too big to keep inside anyway. I'm just going on and on here. But I just wanted to say, if you're, well, okay, let me just get this, all right? For a while, because I didn't want to use the Grody watering can, I was using this 1 quart silicone measuring thing to water the plants. So, you know, I figured out, how many of these do I use? That's the size watering can that I need if I just want to make 1 trip, you know, or if I want to make 2 trips, and just figure it out mathematically. So that watering can holds, I think, 4.5 of these. And that very well, that more than enough covered everything outside. I know, you know, if somebody had told me this before I bought the metal watering can, I would have said, oh, you know, gee whiz, that's too much figuring. But you know, well, hindsight is 20/20, right? Now I know that I am better off. I only need a smaller watering can. It works out better if I can bring it in the house, because I know if I leave things outside, they're going to get, you know, bugs and cobwebs and spider webs and dust and stuff like that, and I'm not going to want to bring them in the house. So I've learned from this. Maybe you're in a similar situation, and this might help you too. Oh, good morning, Susan. I was thinking about you just yesterday, and hope you're doing well. Say a prayer for you, and I pray for everybody who's watching that you will have a good day today, that you will do what you need to do in life and not get distracted by things that are going to take you away and lead you away from what your ultimate goal is in life. Anyhow, I'm going to make a second cup of coffee here. I hope that you enjoy your day, and I pray for your good health physically and mentally. God bless you.